Hey guys, it's DracoHomicida here. Now, I am bringing you guys a 3v3. This is on Summoners, but that's just because we couldn't get enough people, and, well, yeah, it goes badly. But, anywho, so we have Gangplank, Ari, and Kaenue versus Shen, Gragas, Gangplank. So this looks like it's going to be a pretty interesting match, because we've got double GP, which one of them has Flash Ignite, or the one on the purple team has Flash Ignite, and the other one has Ghost and Exhaust. Now, the top team, or the Teal team, is looking a little bit AP heavy, but that could play very well for the Gangplank's their Gangplank's advantage. And then Ari looking a little bit some interesting summoner spell choices, although Ari doesn't need more ways to does not need those escape mechanics, so that's understandable. And then Kaenue taking Flash Ignite. That's fairly standard, you know. He doesn't need the energy, so he doesn't need clarity or anything like that. And then for the other side, we have Shen, Gragas, and Gangplank, as previously said. So then with Shen with a pretty standard Flash teleport, and that's nothing special, although he is played by one of our more regular better players. And then Gragas is Flash Ignite. That's interesting. I haven't seen Gragas play with Flash Ignite before, but then there's a lot of things I haven't seen in this game, so. And then Gangplank, as before mentioned, has Flash Ignite, so that will be interesting. And then then the game is underway. Our purple team everybody's picking up boots and pots except for Shen, who, yep, boots, pots, okay. And then it's like everybody's getting boots, pots, which is going to be interesting. But so it looks like the purple team, yeah.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
So thank you. Thank you. I feel a little bit annoyed, so that this ended up like this, but what you gonna do? So it looks like purple GP is gonna get
30 seconds
blue. Looks like Ari is here, in fact. Sapphire Crystal. Okay, that's an interesting build. She might be rushing an Archangels or something along those lines. And then, interesting. Looks like Kaenue might actually be playing more of an AD Kaenue rather than an AP Kaenue. And like GP, that's pretty standard, yeah. And then let's see here, yeah, all same. So they could be going in any direction. Probably Shen's gonna get Ninja Tabby or something like that. GP's gonna go for something like attack speed boots or something similar, and then Gragas would probably go for cooldown reduct boots. And then like Kenan's taking, look on the Teal side, Kenan's taking bottom, GP is taking top, and then Ari is taking mid. Ari already getting the farm going. GP looked like he might be attempting to jungle, although that might not be the smartest, that would allow the Teal team to get ahead. And then nice cast throw, just barely nicks Ari. Shen's doing a little bit of jungling, it looks like. Whoa, GP almost dying to the golems. And then Shen is working on nicely farming bottom. So GP might want to get down there, because he does not have anybody to stop that Kaenue from farming. But then again, he actually is just headed down there now, so that's not a huge deal. He did take pots for that very reason. Now, Shen GP, that's going to be a pretty interesting matchup, although it does appear there's some skill level differences. This is just simply between GP and Shen. Although Shen, getting exhausted. This might be first blood. Oh, can GP seal the deal? Oh, he can. Well done to him. And then hitting a potion there, and then the GP on bottom getting pushed back to tower. So then, let's see here. We've got Gragas. Ooh, looks like Gragas is struggling to deal with that Ahri. Might consider focusing a little bit more on the minions than on the cat lady, but that's just what... and took my advice. Okay. So let's see here. And then purple GP being forced back to tower again. Man, he is just getting the blunt end of the sticky end of the stick here, or whatever that is, or whatever that phrase is. He is using his what is that called? Remove scurvy to quickly regain some health to at least let him not have to leave lane. Although I think he's going to have some problems just dealing with Kaenue just in general. And then we've got Gragas persisting in damaging Ahri, but he seems to be having some problems with health and mana, which is pretty standard. And then GP still low, just parlaying minions to get that last hit. That's probably the best thing he could do in this scenario. Shen being pushed back under tower. Which is not a good position, although he does have those potions, so I think that is an advantage. That the top GP has used all his potions. And then, Kaenue taking out the bottom GP. Hey, this is going to be fun in team fights. But just quickly farming up. Yeah, this is going to turn one-sided very quickly, looks like. Although the top GP being forced into a retreat. And then... sorry about that, I just noticed the overlay was still on. Anyways... Gragas... like... okay, GP... for the Teal team, looks like he's going a fairly standard build with attack speed crit, but none of the actual. And then Kaenue has started to Doran stack along with some boots, or at least it appears to be Doran stacking. I'm not sure at this point. If he gets a third, then I say it would be Doran stacking, and so technically 2 is Doran stacking. I don't know. I'm not going to argue with myself over the debate over what's Doran stacking and what's not. Oh, Gragas narrowly escaping with his flash. That was lucky. And then purple GP might be going for a Ghost Blade, but I'm not entirely certain about that. And then we've got purple GP on bottom starting to actually push back at Kaenue because Kaenue allowed him that farming time. That's not a particularly good place to allow... that's not a particularly good place to be for Kaenue, is to be pushed back under tower. Although he does have his ulti, which is gonna looks like it's probably gonna end GP. Oh, maybe. Oh no, so close. Oh, down he goes. And either way, he would have been finished because he either would have gotten hit by the shuriken or electrocuted by the lightning. In this case, he was electrocuted. But then, GP's actually going for cooldown boots or Ionian boots of lucidity, and then Gragas is now rushing. Oh, Ahri taken out by the ignite. Nice job, Gragas. And then we have pretty even matchup on top, which is always a plus. And then looks like Kaenue might be taking bottom tower. Yeah, Kaenue is taking bottom tower. That's not a good situation to be in. And then see here, where the heck are we going? Oh no, Ahri is rushing a Rod of Ages, but Gragas has decided to pick up some Dorans as well. So it's like he might be starting up a little bit of a Doran stacking there too, but it makes sense as a strategy, you know. You get quite a bit of early game AP or AD from it, plus the lifesteal and mana regen. So it might not be quite what you get late game from larger items, but it might just give you that advantage in a game like this, but it's probably not going to be a really long one. And then Shen just being harassed by GP. Oh, narrowly making out of that with his flash, because he would not have lived through that without his flash, but that's always the plus side. Taking flash. And then Gragas starting to harass Ahri again. He is gotten a little bit ahead of her in level, but... and that appears to actually be showing quite a lot more than I was thinking it would. But Gragas is a formidable opponent, and then Shen picking up a Heart of Gold, which means he's probably going to end up turning that into a Randuin's Omen. And then, Oh wow, Kaenue taking bottom tower. That's not a good place to be in for the purple team. He can, because now he can pursue a lot further, and then Ahri looking like she might get taken out if she can get one more good barrel, if Gragas can get one more good barrel roll off on her, like, just like that. Good job, Gragas. And then, let's see here. I seem to be doing pretty well in health. Now, where I can see this going is I don't see top tower, or top lane going anywhere particularly fast. But I suspect that it will come down in the end to that lane, and who manages to get ahead there, because those are what appear to be two of the better players in this game. And then Kennen struggling to and plus with GP struggling to deal with Kennen, and Shen can just come right on in there, giving him a shield, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Yeah, bottom GP just is hugging tower all this game, and then looks like Gragas is making up for bottom's fault in mid by attempting to take their tower, which could be very successful and change the game around. And yeah, that's definitely a Rod of Age. That's looking more and more like a Rod of Ages, which is always a good item for Ahri, just because she doesn't have the. She's not a great early game champion, but she does get significantly better late game. Gragas being out of mana, that could cause some very large problems, and it looks like the purple gangplank is looking for some support, which could potentially change this game, which could potentially be a game changer if he does get it. And oh wow, Gragas is just hitting these hitting barrel roll after barrel roll, annihilating Ahri. Now, looks like he's building an AP Gragas, so if he plays off that, then he could really end up ahead. And then let's see here. Nobody's actually gone for either dragon or anything like that yet, which is not hugely surprising yet. For most games, you don't see anybody going for dragon at all, if at all, until after about level 10. And then we've got, yeah, so it looks like top lane is really going to be the crucial lane here so far, because it's really the only one that no progress has seriously been made in, and it's just been bouncing back and forth between the two towers. Although Teal is a little bit farther ahead. Although, can Shen get the kill? No, Shen cannot take him down. Does not have the energy to. Gragas has retreated to base and left Ahri alone to farm. That might not be the best idea, but he has hit level 10, so that's not as critical as one might think. But then we have GP, who is just struggling to deal with Kennen. This looks like it might be another death, but no, he is actually going to escape. He could severely help top by using his cannon barrage, or even then possibly take out Kennen using his cannon barrage. Looks like Kennen might be heading for a Bloodthirster next, although I'm not. That's just what it appears to be. There are quite a few things for a BS sword to build into. Oh, and then he sold his Dorans to get Berserker's Greaves, and then that is. I did not see that one coming. Although the BF sword does make up the attack damage, he does lose some health, but I don't think that'll be. But I think that could be a much better strategy. Gee. Grog is persisting in giving amazing barrel rolls. Just Ahri's just running predictable lines after lines, and then we have GP looking like he's gonna build something off the pickaxe, although I am not sure which. He could build pretty much anything at this point. And then Shen might be using his teleport to get back into lane. I'm not entirely sure. No, he is actually going to walk, because it looks like, oh, he has already used his teleport. It is nearly off cooldown, but still, it does have its limitations. And then we have GP just getting back into lane and getting already kicked out again by Kennen, and then Ahri forced to retreat way back under tower, and then Gragas bull rushing Ahri into forcing her into using her ulti, which is not a good situation, because you might want to use that a little bit more offensively later on. But as for the time being, it's not. It did save her life, so that would have probably been the best use for it at that point. And then Shen is being pushed back under tower again and again and again. This might just be the matchup, but let's see here. And then GP is... Oh, we have Gragas taking a tower. Looks like the purple GP might actually come back from this. Oh, if he just hits his ulti on that Kaenue, it will take him down. Why are you not doing this, GP? Hit your ulti right in front of Kaenue. Just do it. You can get the Kaenue. And now he's gone. Oh well. And then Gragas is taking blue, which is probably the best person to take blue at this point, because GP is just getting killed over and over and over again, which is not great. But we have the Teal GP again is pushing tower, although Shen just dropping in, and thus allowing him to basically take up the slack that GP has let out. And then Vampiric Scepter, oh, that is looking more and more like a Bloodthirster, if I'm thinking about the right items that go into it. And then Gragas actually being pushed back under tower just simply because he doesn't have the mana. Oh, ulti! Dang, mispredicted the way that she would fly. Igniting her though, and oh, Ahri, a charm during a chase. Oh, GP going down to Kaenue, and then Gragas going down, or Ahri going down to Gragas. Although looks like I don't think GP quite has the range or quite has the power he needs to really be out that far. And although GP's not using his ulti to the best of his effect, to the most effective point, which could turn this game around when all's said and done. Now that's not a point where I would say that it was actually worthwhile to use something like that. Unless of course that was, let's see here, nope, that was in fact the purple GP's. And yeah, that was not the most effective point, and now he's just going to go down to Kaenue again, probably. Come on, Gragas, save the... Kill the Kaenue, save the... Yes! Go, Gragas, go! Yes! Way to go, Gragas, but that was a little bit... Although GP did get the kill, that does even up the team's kill-wise, so congrats on both accounts, and then... Like, Shen made it out of top just fine, although he is being pushed back over and over and over again, although he is holding his ground very well. So, and whoa, Gragas is just mass farming minions on mid, and then looks like going for a third Doran's Magic Pen Boots. Yeah, and I think he might be going for an Archangel's, although I'm not sure about that. He might be going for another. He might be going for something else. Like, that'd be the most thing that makes the most sense to me. And then. Oh, so close. If he had hit that a little bit earlier, but he does pick up the kill with the Bull Rush. And then looks like Shen's building up for a oh, what's that called? A Warmogs. And then GP, I'm not actually sure what GP is building. I don't particularly know the crit items, but oh, and it looks like Kaenue may actually not be going for a might not actually be going for something like a Vampiric Scepter, but oh my gosh, I need to remember the items better. And then we have, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so close. Looks like Shen gets the kill. Oh my gosh, well done. That's putting the purple team 2 kills ahead of the blue team or the teal team, which is always good. And then GP picking up a BF sword, which I really need to get some sort of item tree on my other monitor here just so that I can have this up. But Ahri coming up top lane to hopefully kill off the Shen, although Shen is retreating fast enough that I don't think she'll make it in time. Gragas now stealing their blue, which is always a good sign, and then Shen is looking like he's going to retreat because he saw Ahri there. Kaenue heading mid. This is shaping up more. This looks like it might end up more of a team fight mid. Either that or top. Might actually end up as a team fight top if Kaenue